Alrighty, guys, what's up? My name is Jake, Pariah, whatever else you decide to call me by. I don't really care. I have some things I really wanted to talk about, and I've also decided I wanted to start creating content instead of constantly watching videos and consuming. I have a lot of opinions, and the biggest opinion I want to talk about today is the reason why people are always arguing. And I can't stand this enough because it's everywhere. Whether you're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, even a fucking Reddit fucking comment section. It doesn't matter. Everyone's constantly complaining and angry with each other. And I think that there's a lot of reasons as to why that is. And I want to talk about it so we as people can decide on what to do about it next. One is the system's designed to make us fight. In all reality, news media, all of it, they make content, they make things like forums and articles that are designed to piss you off. You don't like what you see. It makes you mad. And you see somebody else who you don't like disagreeing with you. So you argue with them. You have a fight with them. And you debate. And then somebody else jumps in. Now, everybody's fighting with each other over abortion, for example, or over what the orange man in the White House has to say, or over a war that's based off of religion from thousands of years ago. I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong. To be honest, I think all of it's stupid. I learned a lot about what bread and circus was a couple days ago from another YouTuber who does similar content. If I can find the video, I'll link it in the description. But he was talking about what bread and circus is. And what bread and circus is, as a theory, was in ancient Rome. Bread is your necessities. Food, water, shelter, things you need to survive. Have just enough of that and just enough entertainment to be constantly distracted. Nobody revolts. Well, I certainly believe that's the kind of time we live in. Another thing is, it kind of ties into my last point, was there's no civility within elections anymore. What I mean by there's no civility anymore is nobody can get along with each other. Not us as people, but the people who lead us. Like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, like Donald Trump and Biden, or Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. All of these races that we've had, if you notice, I know Donald Trump was the constant, but it's not his fault. It's how we stand as people. Everybody argues. They're screaming at each other in the podiums while going over an election, a debate. They can't even get their points out. They're cutting each other off, yelling at each other, saying, she did this, he did that. Nobody has proof of any of it. Everybody's just screaming at each other. When in all reality, everybody as a whole wants us for America to move forward. Some of us wants us to keep us as the old ways, how society was 40 years ago. Some of us want us to move ahead by what society could be in 40 years. But we all just want what's best for each other. But we can't have that when even our leaders are too busy screaming at each other. This kind of fighting costs us our friends and our families. They're not going to die. But how many family members, how many friends can you think of in the last 5 years that you got into an argument with about some sort of political opinion or some debate that you're like, you know what, I don't want to talk to that guy anymore. That guy's a dick. He pisses me off because he thinks abortion is good, or he thinks abortion is bad, or she or whoever. So now you guys are at World War III with each other, like personally. You won't talk to each other anymore. You guys can be best friends from childhood. And you're too busy arguing with each other over some political shit. There's the problem that I find with politics, and this is why I hate seeing people fight, is there's emotional attachment to your beliefs. Whether it's how you were raised, some sort of pain you went through, some sort of trauma, or, something you taught yourself. You learned something based off of it. You learn these things, you have these opinions. So it's not black and white. You might think it's black and white for you, but that other person could also be right. This leads to us fighting with each other, and we don't even have the right mindset to look at each other and say, hey, we're both right. We both are arguing over different faces of the same coin. There's a heads and tails on every coin. You're arguing because you're seeing heads and they're seeing tails. Like that's how I see it. We're arguing with each other over the same thing. It's asinine in my opinion. It's ridiculous. I think it's really crazy that this is how we fight with each other. We're arguing with each other over this stuff, and half of us, to be honest, I don't know what half of it means. I'm 22 years old. Didn't start following politics till I was probably 20. And even when I did, I just found most of it to be shenanigans, arguing, stupid shit. Nothing that was of substance. It might make a difference in my life. I don't see it making a big difference because one president's going to do something Then second the opposite side gets in, they're going to go and undo it. And that's what it's going to be time and time and time again. That's what it's always been from what I've seen. It's not a worthwhile fight. It's not worthwhile to me to fight. It's part of the reason I'm making this video, actually, is I found recently my friends, my family, all my closest people are arguing with each other over who's right and who's wrong. And I think we all look like a bunch of fucking fools. You can't control what other people think. You can't control how someone feels. You can't predict how someone's going to feel. Some people went through some sort of a trauma that makes them think, you know, abortion might be okay, or the democratic political system is what's right for them. Somebody else went through some sort of childhood trauma that made them think their views are what's right or wrong. Everybody's right and wrong. And I'm just making this video because I don't think that we should be fighting with each other so much anymore. I think we should move on. We should be seeing the world as, how can we make it better? Supporting each other. And if you are not emotionally mature enough to have a conversation without it turning into a fight, say, hey, I don't want to talk about this with you. That's all it needs to be. Just stop fighting with each other. I don't know what else to say beyond that. These are my reasons to why. I think everyone else sees it as well. I wanted to give my own perspective. If you guys enjoyed the video, well, like it, subscribe.